I am not sure if you are ready for this video, but I do know that I am literally not ready. So I spend my life talking to other accountants about what works, what doesn't work, and something that comes up time and time again is not just pricing, but also billing. We actually flipped our billing model halfway through growing the business, and I'm gonna tell you why. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Pricing remained the same, but the way we were invoicing it for it changed. And now I'm gonna break down how we turn our GoProposal pricing into billing. My goal for this video is to help you understand which one might suit your business best. Let's get ready while I tell you a little bit about what we're gonna talk about today. So lots of you have been following my journey with GoProposal, which is implementing a pricing management tool into our practice, which is literally transforming the way that we take on clients, quote for new clients, and requote for our existing portfolio. But as somebody who owns one of the UK's fastest scaling accountancy practices, which literally exists to be the practice of choice for small business owners, influencers, and celebrities, I also work one-to-one and in group cohorts with other people who want to do the same. So I spend my life talking to other accountants about what works, what doesn't work, what works for them, and what doesn't work for them. And something that comes up time and time again is not just pricing, which we've been speaking about for a while now, but also billing. Pricing is one thing, but how are we charging for our services? Are we looking at different models? There are so many different models within the accounting industry. Today, we're gonna go one step further from just talking about pricing, and we're gonna start to talk about how we take that pricing and convert it into billing. And I thought I'd kick off with a little bit of a story time, because within our practice, we actually flipped our billing model halfway through growing the business, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so when we first started the practice, we were billing and pricing on a monthly fee, where we calculated the annual recurring revenue for the client. We broke that down into all of the different services that they were looking to use. So if we take an example, for a limited company, we would quote for statutory accounts, corporation tax, and then any other services that they wanted. When they came on board, they paid a catch-up fee, which brought them bang up to date, and then it was monthly billing after that. And so that worked well for lots of different reasons. Clients absolutely love paying for stuff monthly. Like, it is 2024, we all love a subscription. And so clients were very, very happy to pay monthly. However, sometimes the catch-up fee confused people, and we spent a lot of time trying to explain to people who, you know, are already feeling alienated by their numbers and by their finances, because that's why they are looking for an accountant for the first time, or they're looking for a new accountant. So very often we were having to explain, firstly, why the catch-up fee that they'd received an invoice for didn't exactly match the proposal, because the proposal is a 12-month fee, but a catch-up fee could be anywhere from 1 month to sometimes 18, 19 months if we had retrospective accounts to file, then a catch-up fee, and then monthly billing. And so whilst clients loved paying monthly, they didn't love the catch-up fees. And it took us a lot of time to sort of explain to people how it worked. And we actually found that sometimes we were losing clients in the onboarding process because of how complex the billing was. And so that's from a client's perspective. A short summary is that clients loved monthly billing, but they did not like the catch-up fees and found that very confusing and a bit scary, and very often couldn't afford the services in one go. So that's from the client's perspective, but I've got to say the internal perspective was actually the main reason that we changed our billing method. And that's because as accountants, we were having to defer income. So if people were paying catch-up fees to cover periods that we hadn't done the work for, we were having to defer that income. And so if we took on a client that maybe had retrospective accounts that hadn't been filed and then a catch-up fee for the current year, we were actually having to defer a huge amount of income in one go. And so whilst this was absolutely fine from a cash planning perspective, so as soon as that client paid us, we put that into a deferred income pot, what it was doing was massively increasing the amount of deferred income that we were holding as a business at any given time. And to put it really simply, it basically gave me and James the heebie-jeebies. We were scaling very, very rapidly, and our portfolio was nearly doubling year on year. And that meant that our deferred income pot was doubling year on year. We hit £1 million after 3 years. So you can imagine the amount of cash that was sitting in a deferred income pot. And so people would pay a payment on account, we would put that into a deferred income pot, and then we would release the income month on month as the work was being done. Now, through my work with lots of other accountants, I do mentoring, I have online courses that teach you how to start and scale your own accountancy practice. Through that work, I understood that accountants were actually doing it in two different ways when we look at monthly pricing. The first half were doing it the way that we did it, although I have seen that that's much less common to actually treat the income as deferred income and gradually release it into the P&L. But more often than not, people were taking that monthly payment on account and actually just recognizing it as income in the month it was paid. And again, for different reasons, that just gave me the heebie-jeebies. And so about 18 months or 2 years into scaling our practice, we actually completely flipped how we were charging clients for our services. And so all of the pricing remained the same, but the way we were invoicing it for it changed. And we did a lot of research. We were having conversations with clients, we were having conversations with team members, I was having conversations with other accountants to work out, is there a right way to bill? And so 18 months into the practice, we flipped it. So we went from raising catch-up fees and then monthly invoicing to actually refunding clients or holding it as a payment on account and actually not invoicing monthly. And so now we literally just invoice for services as and when we do the work. So for monthly services, that's monthly, quarterly is quarterly, and annually is annually. And when we take on clients, we teach them how to plan and save for tax and how to plan and save for their accountancy fees. But through all of my research, through all of the conversations I had, and through all of the conversations I continue to have with other practice owners, the one thing that I learned is it is not one size fits all. There is not going to be one process or one procedure that suits every practice, and this is very, very much for you. But I really just wanted to kick off by doing a little bit of a story time to explain our journey, how we started billing and how we bill now. And how we bill now is not common. Lots of accountants don't do it, and again, through working with GoProposal, most accountants are billing monthly in some way. And so through that story time, I thought it would just really help to give you insight into what other practice owners are doing, why that works, and why it works for them. And so what I would really love to do today, because this is really what I wish I'd had when I was starting my practice, or even considering changing pricing tools like I just have with GoProposal, is to really zoom out and look at the different ways that we have available to us as accountants for billing for the work that we've priced for. For me, GoProposal is the very obvious solution. There is very little problems when it comes to pricing in my practice that GoProposal can't solve. And so for me, pricing is sorted, but I'm working with GoProposal today to talk to you about the different billing options that you have in your practice. And really, these can be broken down into 3 key approaches. And today we're going to do a bit of a deep dive so you can understand what they are, how they work, and which one you might like to implement into your practice. So let me just finish getting ready, because if you are a mascara girly, you will know that we can't do mascara and talk at the same time. So let me finish getting ready, we can go make a coffee together, and then I'll see you at my desk to talk about pricing and billing in your practice. So I am just about to share on my Instagram stories that I am filming this video today, and I wanted to let you guys know that I actually have an exclusive list on my phone of accountancy practice owners. So on Instagram, I use my close friends list to exclusively create content for practice owners, where I get to talk about this stuff on my Instagram stories every single day. My audience online is broken down into business owners that become clients into my accountancy practice, accounting students, and practice owners. And I really wanted to find a way to curate content that's specifically for us. I feel like we don't have that place on the internet at the moment where we can share war stories. We can talk about January tax return season, pricing, stuff like this. And it really helps me to be able to share with you the GoProposal content and GoProposal deals, special offers, all of the stuff that's specifically for us. Gives me a place to share that super openly on my Instagram stories. And so if you'd like to be on my close friends list and you are not already, just pop me a DM on Instagram and say, hey, I'm a practice owner, please can you add me to your close friends list? And then I also have a Facebook group for the official Accountancy Practice Owners Club, which is a Facebook group where, again, we just build community, support each other and answer everybody's questions. And so there's a link to that in the description to this video where I'd absolutely love to see you. But would love to see you on Instagram, so that is daily content that is specifically for us, because, you know, I can't complain that my hair's falling out in January while all of my clients are watching, so it's just a special place for us on the internet. Okay, time for a coffee. Alrighty, I am at my desk. I've got a lovely cup of coffee. And now I'm going to break down how we turn our GoProposal pricing into billing and the 3 main options that accountants use to bill for their services. So let's say we have just quoted for this client and they have accepted their proposal. We've just got the woohoo email from GoProposal. Now, how do we price? As an accountant, we have 3 basic pricing and billing methods that people stick to. So when we are looking at turning this proposal into billing methods, so taking the pricing and understanding how to bill, we really have 3 main options that we see people adopt in the accounting industry. The first is billing on completion, the second is monthly retainer, and the third is monthly payments on account. So let's just do a little deep dive into each 3. I'll go through the pros and cons, and my goal for this video is to help you understand which one might suit your business best. So billing on completion really is the easiest to explain. That is where you bill monthly for monthly services, quarterly for quarterly services, and annually for annual services. That is currently the pricing model that we have adopted in our practice, and that's for a couple of different reasons. The first is it removes any deferred income calculations. The second is that it avoids holding lots of deferred income. And the third is it is very simple for clients to understand. The second option is monthly retainer, and this is where you invoice a monthly fee from the point the client joins you onwards. The pros of this method are it is very easy for clients to understand. They pay 1 monthly price, it doesn't change, and there's no catch-up fees. The third option is a catch-up fee and then a monthly payment on account, and the pros with this are that you have always got cash in the bank for the amount that the clients have signed on for. However, it does mean lots of adjustments for things like deferred income, and I've seen it before with lots of practice owners where they are charging for payments on account, which again is a payment on account for work that you've not delivered yet, and some accountants are not correctly deferring that income and therefore living off cash that they have not yet earned, and it can mean that very busy and stressful periods like January, fundamentally you are doing a lot more work, but actually you're earning the same amount of profit because it's the same amount of income in every single month. As you can probably tell through my journey that I've explained earlier, through the different methods and the different pricing options, is this isn't one size fits all, and it could change. I could definitely see it changing again within our practice. But yeah, as you can tell, there is not a one size fits all, and one of the elements that I have absolutely loved with GoProposal is they actually suggest which billing option is right for your practice. So when you prepare a proposal, it actually automatically calculates any catch-up fees and then monthly payments that you might then want to explain to the client. As somebody who was monthly billing and actually changed it because clients couldn't understand it, GoProposal is the very best solution I have ever seen when it comes to explaining why we're doing catch-up fees, why we're doing monthly billing, and exactly how that's going to work for the client. This is literally a topic that I could talk about until the end of time. As I've said 17 times in this video so far, I don't think there's a right answer. I think it's very specific to your practice, to your clients, the pain points that your clients have, the pain points that you have have, and fundamentally your ability to consistently and accurately run deferred income calculations if you are billing monthly. But I would love to hear your comments. As you guys know, I have implemented and I'm still continuing to implement GoProposal into my practice, and I'm literally having the best time like deep diving into every single one of these topics to create an onboarding process and a pricing process as well as a billing process that just works, and it feels right and my gut feels right. And so through exploring this, I definitely think that we could see changes in the future about how we're billing. But I would love to hear in the comments, if you use GoProposal already, how has that helped you to have those conversations with clients? Because that is one of the best elements of that software for me. And then I'd also love to know how you bill. I feel like there are so many conversations that we could and should be having within the accounting industry about how we are invoicing, because it's very confusing for clients if they're moving from one accountant to another and they bill differently. Sometimes clients can get quite frustrated. They feel like they've already paid for something that they maybe haven't received. And so there's just so much going on there. So would absolutely love to hear in the comments, how are you billing at the moment? How are you using GoProposal to do your billing? And if through consuming this video, you have decided that is it, it is time for me to implement GoProposal into my practice, then you can use the link in the description to this video, which is a unique link to give you access to GoProposal. I would love to hear what you think, and very, very excited for you to start the journey that I am now on. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to GoProposal for sponsoring today's video, and I hope to see you again very soon.